What's going on, man? Radio Boss, whole body, Kiotti, Brother Royce, F. Robinson, Real Relationship Goals.
Yes, sir.
Drop a comment. Let me make sure everybody is tuned in and watching. This is our first episode on Facebook, right? So I say, let me just be sure we get on here and try this new thing out, this new platform. Oh, I see. All right, I see the comment. So let me see. I think I click. Boom. Oh, you see them? Okay. And then I just hit right there. What's going on? Let me know where y'all watching from. Okay. All right, Brother Royce. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that, man. All right. We up to 90, 85. Big shout out to everybody tuning in. Of course, yours truly, Radio Boss, whole body, Kiotti, 97 on the box. If you've never seen an episode of Real Relationship Goals with Brother Royce F. Robinson, this is my real life marriage coach. And man, we've been working on a long time. You know, our main goal is to be sure that couples are successful, you know. And so in life, things happen, you know what I'm saying? And we understand. Our shout out Juan, watching from work, chopping it up with Sean. What's going on, brother? I appreciate everybody tuning in and checking in. Olamide, what's going on? Boy, watching from Washington, D.C. That's big. Washington checking in. Shout out Mona checking in from Trinity Gardens. Melinda checking in from Huntsville, Texas. Okay. All right, Brother Royce. I see what's going on here. Now y'all listen. This is our first show, right? What I'm going to do is, let me see if I can share this real quick on my page, because I just want to see what it looks like. Okay, Brother Royce, you able to share it on your end? Let me see.
I just shared it on my side. I started a watch party on Facebook side. So, man, I got some folks that's probably going to tune in over there on the Facebook side.
Oh, you know what? Okay, boom. Oh, that's right. You know what? Why is it not letting me do
What's up, Earl Small? Your honor, checking out the watch party.
Boom. Okay, shout out Ruby Scott checking in from Dallas.
Dallas in the office.
Boom. Shout out Nene checking in from South Park. Jimmy on the Northwest side. Keisha in the Woodlands. Okay, Kim from Seattle. Okay, I like that. You see the way it pop up right there? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and then this is one of our people from YouTube. YouTube, what's going on? I see the YouTube logo in the bottom down there. Okay, man, it's definitely going down, man. Big shout out to everybody tuning in. Another episode, Real Relationship Goals with Brother Royce F. Robinson. Man, it's going down, Brother Royce. I think, you know, first and foremost, it is Woman Crush Wednesday. One time for all our females out there tuned in right now. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it, Woman Crush Wednesday. Shout out to working hard right now. Okay, we got Cyber Texas checking in. I'm excited, Brother Royce. You know, anytime we get together and get to help build these relationships up. Last week was a good one, Brother Royce. They missed it last week. You want to kind of give them a recap of what we were talking about a little bit?
Man, last week we had some amazing content, man. We was trying to help people, you know, press through these relationships. You know, we talked about communication. We talked about conflict resolution. We talked about having good people in your corner. So if this is your first time ever tuning in, this is the first time we're doing it on this platform. But if you're first time tuning in, man, you can expect some real conversation, some real talk about relationships. And so I had the fortunate opportunity to meet my brother Hardbody Kiotti some years back, and so we partnered up. And my man is big on relationships and things like that. And so this is what we do. We try to help people out, and we're gonna give you some information at the end of the show, or sometime midway as well, in terms of what we can do to help you out if you need. If you got in a relationship and you're looking for some guidance on premarital or something like that. But last week, man, we had an amazing time last week, Kiotti. We let's see, what was that? What was that subject that we hit on last week, man, that got everybody excited? We was talking about not the longevity of your relationship, but I got to go back to my notes. I got to see what the notes say.
Real quick before we start, if you are involved in a relationship, I want you to run the emojis up, hit the like button. Matter of fact, if you're in a relationship, hit the love button. I want to see the love. If you're involved in a relationship right now, hit the love button. If you are in a relationship and you're single, right? I want you to hit the thumbs up, right? The thumbs up, right? Now, if you're single out here, you're single and ready to mingle.
Single and ready to mingle.
emoji other than that, because I want to understand who we talking to and who we servicing this evening. You know, a lot of time, brother Royce, people will say, "Man, I'm single. I don't. Why I need to do that? I don't even. You know, I don't need to do too much. I'm single. I'm out here trying to." The goal in life is to remember, I don't want to be single forever. Hopefully, we try to work to the point to where we can get together and be on some stuff like, okay, yeah, no, I'm trying to put it together. Shout out all our couples tuning in right now, checking in right now. We see you guys checking in. So, brother, I just, you know, for the single people out there, you know, they trying to get to the point where they, you know, let me find what God got out here for me. I get that. I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? But for, you know, the married people, I don't know if y'all know this or not, right? It's a job. It's hard work. It's real work, Brother Royce. What do we say, Brother Royce, about
marriage?
This
marriage
thing?
is for grown folks. Marriage is for grown folks, and we do our best to keep the marriage sexy. That's what we do. And but like my man said, if you're single and you're looking for, you know, some tools before you get into that relationship, you know, this is a good platform to get those. You don't have to wait until you get married to get these kind of tools. We get on here, we have some good dialogue and good conversation, man, and we try to make sure that people are equipped and you have the tools you need in your marriage toolbox. You know, we talk about that and making sure that you have the right tools in order to make that marriage work. I've had the fortunate opportunity, by the grace of God, let me say that loud and clear, all capital letters, by the grace of God, I've been married for 26 years to my lovely wife, Josette. And I'm far from perfect, far from perfect, far from having it all together. But we do what we can to try to make sure that people are being helped, people are being encouraged, and in terms of, you know, whether or not you're single and you're in a relationship and you're trying to see if it should go to the next level. Sometimes there are things that you can do to see that. We talked about that before a few weeks ago. We talked about those red flags and those green flags. You know, we talk a lot about what are those red flags. Hey, man, there's some things that person may have showed you already that you need to put the brakes on that thing. Don't go no further. But there's also things that they've said that they've done or shown you to confirm that you are able to go on deeper into that relationship. We call those green flags. And there's also the yellow flag. So you need to slow down. You're going too fast. You're moving too fast. You done already moved in together and you just met them last week and all that. You're moving too fast. Slow down. Back up. Tell them to get their stuff and go back home. And then you can start that relationship on a slower level. But we have something for everybody, man, single and married.
Brother Royce, I'm gonna say something right now. Women might get a little touchy when I say this. It's Women Crush Wednesday, Brother Royce. And I'm gonna say something, and some of them gonna be like, "Hey, man, I feel you, brother," and others gonna be like, "Yadi, why are we even going here? Why are we talking like this?" Right? I saw a saying online this week, and it's saying, "Ooh, Brother Royce, this saying hit me hard." Let me tell you why this saying hit me hard, Brother Royce. See, I don't know how a lot of people's relationship is set up out here, right? I'm not sure how your relationship's set up, but I know in my relationship, right, with my wife, with Mrs. Brown.
Yes, sir.
Has she ever asked you to take a picture for her? And you know, in a lot of these relationships, Brother Royce, guys know. Whenever she asks you to take a picture, Brother Royce, only one or two things is gonna happen out here now.
All right.
Either one, you are about to, hey baby, check these pictures out. And it's gonna be a nice, enjoyable, hey, you're not tripping? Bloop, bloop. 1, 2 pictures.
I'm done.
Oh, I love that, baby. That is good, right? But on other occasions, Brother Royce, Brother Royce, these pictures that we take for our wives turn into photo shoots. It turns into.
Can you take that one over? Yeah.
Can you take it on the ground? I gotta lay on the ground to get this picture. Brother Royce, my wife is asking for a picture. I'm laid out like this, Brother Royce. This I'm going to get the picture.
Angle, baby. The angle. You got to get the right angle. They don't like them coming this way. They like them coming this way. It helps.
Hey, the lighting wasn't right. What do you mean the lighting wasn't right? I don't baby, I've done everything. I've put on filters. Brother Royce, somebody ain't gonna find this funny, but I'm gonna keep it. I have went from the regular camera to the Instagram story camera, Brother Royce. And then we done had to switch and go to the Snapchat camera because of the filters on Snapchat ain't the same ones they got on Instagram. And so now the lighting and the face, and if you got the flowers right here, Brother Royce, okay.
Yeah.
So it got me to thinking. I need for women, it's Women Crush Wednesday, and we got something for the fellas too, but I need for women to be as picky about their relationships as they are about these selfies that they post and that they taking.
Oh,
Brother Roy, somebody ain't gonna. I get it. I understand. Touchy subject. The number's gonna go down. Okay, somebody not gonna get that. I say it one more time.
Yeah,
I need for my sisters, my queens, to be as picky about your relationships as you are about self that we pick and we post. They put a lot of work to themselves, brother. They put a lot of work into themselves.
If I'm hearing you correctly, what you're saying is that you see more energy, emphasis, and more priority on taking a selfie than getting than you do seeing the person working on themselves for the relationship.
Brother Royce, yes, but no, Brother Royce. I'm gonna break it down even more simple than that, Brother Royce.
I'm in the slow class.
Women, in certain cases, more worried about the picture they post. They will take 522 pictures to get to the one picture. Brother Royce, listen, one post. And if you lucky, if you do a good job, Brother Royce, you might get a slideshow. You might get 3-4 pictures in a row. You might get In that case, somebody took some popping pictures, Brother Royce, right? But when it comes to the men that they pick or that they post or that they, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When it comes to that part, we taking anything, Brother Royce. Oh, he cute. He cute. Okay. Girl, he said my toes was pretty. Okay. Girl, he liked the way I cook. Okay. Girl, he slid in my DMs and liked all the pictures. Okay. The requirements are a lot less strenuous on the men that we allow to come around us, our kids, our family members. It's low. It's strenuous now. It's strenuous. It's strenuous.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. The brothers that's supposed to pour into you and fill you up and be sure that they protect you and that they have you to lean on, and the brothers that's going Brother Royce, it don't be that same level of comfort and concern. We just gonna take what we can get, Brother Royce. But guys, you're not safe. Guys, I need you to be as picky about these women as you are about them shoes now.
Yeah.
Listen, Brother Royce, if somebody scuffed my shoe right now, if they scuff this beauty, I am upset. I'm tore up. I'm mad. This is the 3. This goes perfectly with the Raptor City brand shirt. If somebody, the red bottoms, the ones we can afford. Listen to what I'm telling you, Brother Roy. If somebody messed up my shoe,
right on,
my shoe, it don't perfectly with my outfit. If it don't seem like it make me feel when I put it inside, if the insole don't hug my foot, Brother Royce, I don't want that shoe. I don't want it. The shoe is not something that I want because it's not up to my standard, my quality that I set for myself. It don't be there, Brother Royce. I don't pay less. Hey, did you say pay less? I'm not going to no pay less, no Palace Paredes. We going to the Galleria. We going to Foot Locker Foot Action. Listen to me. And when it get real good, I might go ahead and go into the Louis Vuitton store, brother. Listen, when that stimulus check hit, this shoe gonna fit. I'm going to find me something nice. Listen, I can't take the pictures with your Android. I got the iPhone 12. It's really like a 12 Plus, but on the side it's an extra camera. So when I swipe the filter, it makes me look a little slimmer. Listen, people are funny about the pictures they put, the shoes they wear, and when it comes to these relationships, you got to have the same exact level of intent and dedication and pickiness, because some of us end up in these situations, in these long-term situations after we've made bad, terrible decisions.
Yeah. You know, here's what I would tell you, man. It's like, it's what I've seen. Some of the reasons why they put on these shoes that don't fit because they've been barefoot for so long. It's like I've been barefoot for so long, so I'm gonna take the first pair of shoes that come along and I'll wear them until they start rubbing up against my corns on my toe, or rubbing up against my heel, causing callus and all of that stuff, because I haven't had on a pair of shoes in so long. I feel like I've been barefoot, and now I finally get a pair. So whether they fit or not is irrelevant. They're a pair of shoes. It's not until later that they start causing me pain because they're too tight, because I've been walking on the side of my feet as opposed to flat-footed. It's not until then that I start having real issues with them. So the question, the real answer to the question is, get a pair that fit the first time. Get your size shoe, not somebody else's shoe. You ever seen women, how they talk about shoes? They girl, them some cute shoes. Girl, them look good on your feet. And they run out and try to get them and realize, oh, she was pimping in those because these hurt. These really hurt my feet. My wife and I, we've been walking and we'll see a girl and my wife will say, she pimping in those. But her stride is a little off because she's trying to be delicate, because they're really for show. Oh, yeah. There's some of your shoes are just for show. They're not comfortable. They're just for show. Then listen, you can't wear them. You can't wear them long because they just for show. You can't wear them far. They're not meant to. Hey, my wife has asked me before we left the house sometime. I'm trying to tell you. My wife has said, okay, so what are we doing today? Because that's going to determine what shoes I put on. She said, hey, where are we going and what are we doing? Because that's going to determine what kind of shoes we put on. That's how some of our women deal with men, and that's how some of our men deal with women. It depends on what we're doing. There's women out there that will say, hey, I'm going to a wedding. Let's see, I need John to go with me to the wedding, because John is wedding material. He not mall material. I need to go to the mall. I need Daryl, because Daryl got bank. Daryl might be doing a little hustle on the side. I know I can get a loo out of Daryl, but Daryl don't look as good as John. And when I go to the wedding, I want to make sure I'm with a good looking man. So that's some. Unfortunately, that's how some of our singles roll. It just depends where we're going, what we're doing. How long do I want to wear this shoe? When do I want to take it off? That's kind of how we're doing it, man.
So here you go. I'm gonna see your comment and sprinkle a little more on top of that.
Come on, man. Come on.
Here you go. Brother Royce, sometimes, especially when it comes to them shoes, we go for look over comfort. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Women that know right now, and some of my ladies on here, somebody gonna throw an emoji up whenever I say this. For a fact, red bottoms are uncomfortable, but because there's a certain level of ooh-wee girl that come wearing them red bottoms, even though you got to pay a lot for them, even though they don't fit your foot the right way, just to be accepted and feel like one of them people that's on the inside, you'll put up with that pain from wearing a red bottom. And a lot of time the relationships are the same way, Brother Royce. Listen, he cute, he got a good job. I'm telling girl, y'all don't understand. Let me be sure y'all understand what I'm telling you. And you gotta be sure that, listen to what I'm telling you, man. People will stay in these uncomfortable situations because of the status that comes with being in the uncomfortable situation. Yep. He abusive, he don't treat you right, but he got it's 2020. Wait a minute, I got you. He got a lot of followers on Instagram, girl.
Wait, Kiotti, they take a man because of the followers that they got? Like a person's follower?
You better listen to Rashima. Yeah, they do. What? You better listen. Let me tell you what I'm trying to tell you, Brother Royce. The craziest thing about, hey, man, Rashima, I'm with you. She with me today. Attitude and energy just be messed up, but because there's a certain sense of validity that comes with being with these certain people, Brother Royce, they will stay in these negative, bad, terrible situations. Just because. Yeah. You know what? It boils down to what we talked about. What's the day? Wednesday. It boils down to what we talked about on Monday. When you don't know your value, listen, when you don't know your value, you'll take anything. You'll take anything. And it's kind of, if you listen to older people, they'll tell you, now we're talking about shoes now. We're still talking about shoes. Old people will tell you
man, you got to treat your feet right. Make sure you have comfortable shoes on. You got to take care of your feet because your feet will take care of you. That's what old folks tell you. Take care of your feet and your feet will take care of you. So they wear something that's comfortable because they realize the value of their feet. Their feet takes them everywhere they go. Their feet determine how fast they get there. So they tell you, take care of your feet to take care of you.
Right.
But they understand the value of the feet. If the woman doesn't understand her value, she'll put anything on. She'll put on too tight. She'll put on something that's too loose. She'll put on something that's uncomfortable because she don't know the value. Lamara says she refused to wear something uncomfortable because Lamara knows the value of her feet. And she knows that she got to take care of those bad boys. Same thing with who she is as a woman. Same thing with the brother. The brother got to make sure that he knows his value. He's not out there getting taken advantage of. You know, all she wants is his money. You know, she just want to be seen in this ride. Or he got enough followers, so she need to get linked up with those so she can get some of them followers. If you don't know your value, you'll take anything. Anything.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Like, man, you know, we gotta. It gotta mean more than it gotta mean more than just the short term, or we gotta want real relationships.
Yeah, man.
We gotta have real interaction. It has to be real communication skills. You know what I'm saying? There are things that in a relationship are non-negotiables. There are things that whenever it's time for us to build and really have these uncomfortable conversations, one thing that I've learned by sitting with Brother Royce, and you know, a lot of people when it comes to talking about relationships are something that we're not very well equipped to handle because they don't teach you relationship classes in school, right? They don't. They teach you general mechanics, they teach you PE, algebra, English, Spanish, all kind of, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, what ends up happening is that school will equip with things that we don't necessarily get to apply in our real life.
Yeah.
And at that point now, we've got real work to do because I don't have the tools that I need to work through and work past and get where I need to be at. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So again, Brother Royce, we got to be sure that we work on those tools and those communication skills. Last week, we got a chance to touch on how you handle people.
Yeah.
And how a lot of times you would get into a situation where you know, we hurt each other.
Yep.
We go to an altercation and it instantly turns into, we talking about mamas?
Yeah.
That's how. I've been waiting for you to say something about my mom. Let me tell you what I think about your raggedy mouth mama. Now it'll turn into a whole different level of, you know what I'm saying? Now it's turned into a whole different level of attention. It's whole different levels of, now I'm going to go harder than you. Oh, yes, you thought it was funny to talk about me? I'm glad you said that because now, and I'm like, whoa, now we being hurtful, we being spiteful. That little thing that's bothered you since the beginning. I knew you was alive since the beginning.
Yes, sir.
What? Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now we have these real life situations that we don't have the tools to deal with. And that's a lot of times why, Brother Royce, especially in this pandemic that we're going through, you see these couples that are having regular situations that we can work through turn into domestic abuse.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Turn into people stepping outside of their marriage, turns into people who are
away from their marriage. Yeah. People just walking away from the whole thing. And a lot of it comes from not having the proper skill set and the proper tools. You know, you talked earlier about from a conversation that we had on last week in terms of, hey, you do me wrong, I'm gonna one up you and do you worse and things like that. And so number one, for those of you who are just seeing us the first time, man, thank y'all for tuning in. I'm Royce Robinson. This is my man Hardbody Kiotti from 97.9 The Box. But listen, My platform, my background, my foundation comes from the Word of God, comes from the Bible, and so I lean heavily on that for how I live. And when I look at 1 Peter 3:9, 8:9, it talks about don't do evil for evil or insult for insult. So that keeps me from having that conversation with Josette where if something slips out of her mouth that's a little sideways, I don't come back at her because my foundation tells me not to do that. My connection with God tells me not to do that. My word tells me. And then experience tells me that, Kiotti. So let's say I don't know what that scripture says. Here's what I do. I do know the last time she said something off and I said something off, we went 3 days, going at each other, not speaking, not loving on one another. So experience tells me that don't work. All right. So I have to use wisdom in terms of my conflict with my spouse. I got to use wisdom in terms of how I handle these situations. And I got to make sure that I live by some principles, some standards, and some morals that's going to benefit the relationship. Because we're trying to win as a team, Kiotti. This ain't the Royce Robinson team. It ain't the Josette Robinson team. It's the Robinson team, and we're both trying to win. So why are we both trying to make sure that we're living by certain standards and making sure that we honor one another, we honor the conversation. We had to put something in our relationship, Kiotti, some years back. Because Josette was the type of person that when we have conflict, she didn't want to talk about nothing. And then I wanted to talk about everything right now, and so we would walk around the house not being able to say anything. I said, you know what? This don't make sense. This don't make good sense. You know what? We need a rule in our home that's going to help, get rid of that. So we put a rule in place, Kiotti. You want to know what the rule is, brother?
No guns. I don't know.
No guns, no knives. Yeah, we did all that. No, man, listen, in my house, in our relationship, we've been married 26 years, praise God for that, by the grace of God. But for about the last 20 years, we've lived by this rule and principle. If I do something to offend you, you got 48 hours to bring it to my attention. You can't walk around mad and I not know what's on your mind and I not know what you're dealing with and all that. You got 48 hours to bring it up. If you did something to me, I got 48 hours. Once that 48 hours pass, Kiotti, we can never, ever bring that thing up again. Ever. We can't never bring it up. Never. Ever, never, never, ever, ever. You can't even use it as a reference. You can't. Those are some of the things, man, that help you move down the road when you try to deal with conflict in your relationship, brother.
So something happens on either side that you don't like. If it's bothering you, because in a lot of relationships, it just hit me. It's called simmer. Right? Again, it's called simmer.
Yes, sir.
Simmer when something is burning up and it's on the stove and you just let it sit there and build up. Right?
Yeah.
So it be boiling and it boils until the temperature and then eventually the lid pop off and now we got a real live issue.
It's boiling over now.
Right. Okay. So by you not saying anything in the allotted period of time that you guys set up.
Yes, sir.
Can you imagine what happens if you let something simmer overnight or for 2 days or a week or 2 weeks?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And that's why you get, Kiotti, that's why you get a lot of situations where people say, you know what, I just had enough. I've been putting up this for 3 weeks, for 3 months, for 3 years, and I didn't have enough, and then they just explode. And my question is, why did you put up with that for that long? Why didn't you say anything before that? Well, I was just hoping he would change. I was just hoping she would change. Well, they didn't because they didn't know it was a problem. So if you open the conversation and say, you know what, can we talk about that thing or this thing over here? That kind of bothered me, and I'd like for us to share some time with that. That's an easy conversation to have, Kiotti. That's an easy conversation to have. Instead of walking around for 3 weeks pouting, you do know adults pop too. Adults throw temper tantrums and they pout too. Oh yeah. See, little kids, when they don't get that candy that they want, when they don't get that toy they want in the store, they fall out in the store and go to kicking, and then mom and daddy, got to pick them up, and it depends on what mom or your dad you got. You got one of them. From the hood mama, she might kick you while you're down there, step on you, or to give you that look. you know, and you're like, I know you ain't. But grown folks pout too, Kiotti. Grown folks pout when they don't get their way. When they don't get their way, they stop talking. They stop talking. They go shopping. They go shopping when they don't get their way. That's pouting. That's pouting. You didn't know that
it is?
Shamika been pouting.
That's what.
Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Hey, come back. We got man.
Baby, come here, baby. Come here.
That's pouting, brother. That's pouting. That's pouting. Yeah.
What's the yelling for?
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I got you. Hey, y'all, this is the missus. Hey, man, put your feet. The toes look nice. Just got our toes done. Listen, I need you to hit this part right here.
Shamika, we were talking about pouting, how adults pout.
And
adults pout when they don't get their way, like kids pout when they don't get their way.
Right.
Some of the way adults pout, they go shopping, you know, they withhold affection. You know, they do things like that. And Kiotti wanted to know if that was something you were familiar with.
I mean, I shop anyway, either happy or sad or whatever. So that doesn't apply to me. Now, does he pout? That's a yes.
That's a yes. He pouts. How does he pout?
Just walk around here, all droopy eyed, and usually
you the one invited in, brother. You the one ready to call.
Let me give y'all the real scoop. So he walks around looking all sad face, puppy dog eyes, and usually he's all bubbly, but when he's pouting, he's just quiet. And I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm happy. Then he'll be like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So that's his pout.
What was the other part of the pout you was talking about? You say when they shop, you say they withhold. What was it?
Withhold affection.
They withhold affection. That no breaking up. I can't hear it.
No kissing. No love making. No hand holding. That's pouting. That's pouting.
Do people do that? Is that?
That's a thing. Yeah.
Oh, but I don't do that on a regular. I'm not that type of person, so I don't understand how that could be about. But okay, if that's how he want to take it.
Shamika, thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you.
I just share some light on you, but let y'all know the real, because he like to be on here telling y'all his version. But he want me to be quiet.
No, I just want to kiss. This is our first time on this huge platform.
Yeah. Thanks. Y'all have a great show. Listen, y'all doing a good job.
You see that? You seen it, right? That was a pout on tape.
Right on. Hey, brother, that's how it is, man. That's how it is. That's how it is. Kiotti, somebody said they like that 48-hour rule, man. They're gonna adopt that rule. Somebody said they like that 48-hour rule.
Yeah, no, the 48-hour rule is all the way real. You know what I'm saying?
Right on.
Maybe we. Hey, bro.
Hey.
You just gonna invade the show? Come on. This is what happens when you work at home.
What's up, Dylan?
What's up?
You doing all right? Dylan, give him your Instagram handle, Dylan.
Wait, what?
What's your IG page?
Little Radio Boss Junior.
He's 7. He's not even really worried about the logistics of.
Well, I sent a new thing on
Stop pushing this.
Sorry. Well, I sent a new thing on my thingy, my Instagram.
Bye, man. Cause you talking about the new thingy on thingy. I don't know what that is, man.
We'll talk to you later, Dylan.
Bye, man.
What's up, Consuela Johnson? Thanks for tuning in. I saw your message. Appreciate you.
That's one of my favorite listeners. She be tuned in the morning. Consuelo, how you doing?
Right on.
But and all jokes aside, right? I think for a lot of us, man, the communication is something that sets us apart, because communication is the thing that it shows you the difference between what do we call it, Brother Royce, the small time and the big leagues.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Listen, marriage. We share with people before, and we share with them again.
Right.
Marriage is like the professional leagues. It's the pros. Marriage is the pros. There is no higher form of relationship.
Right.
Marriage is the pros. Yeah, Ruby, it is unconditional love. Absolutely. It's the professional level. It's not It's not the collegiate. It's not the high school. It's not the middle school or the elementary. And that's where some of us trip up at. Listen, Kiotti, now I ain't trying to put nobody on blast. So let me say it like this.
No, blast.
If you know somebody, but you know somebody who was in a relationship where, the person, one of the people was in college, the freshman in college, and one was a senior in high school. That ain't that. All right. So one was a freshman in college and a senior in high school. That freshman in college is at a different level right now in life. They can do things. They got more freedom, and they can go to parties and stay out later at night. This person in the high school level, they can't. They can't make those kind of commitments. All right. They can only do so much. Unfortunately, we get in relationships like that. Well, one person is ready to go to the next level, and the other person is like, man, I'm fine right where I am. And then you have friction and you have confusion. And many of those who are listening right now are living in those type of situations where both of y'all not on the same page, both of y'all not at the same level. And when you get to the marriage level, everybody has to know this is the pros. This is the pro league. At this level, we make more commitments. At this level, we make more sacrifices. At this level, we give everything and leave everything on the field. That's what we do at this level. I played Little League football. I played flag football. And when I played flag, I moved from flag to tackle. Not everybody went from flag to tackle. Some dudes say, man, I ain't playing tackle. Why? Because y'all start hitting, and them hits hurt. And then when you move to middle school, and then you get hit even harder, and now it hurts even worse. And then high school, the hits get harder. The higher you go in terms of, or the higher I went in athletics, the harder the hits got. The harder the hits got, the more I had to prepare, the more I had to be ready, the more I had to equip myself. That's how relationships is, and that's how marriage is. When you reach the marriage level, guys, you're giving your all. You're sacrificing. As we say in the church house, you die daily to yourself. You die daily to what you want. It's not all about you. It's not what Royce wants. I wake up in the morning. My job is to satisfy and serve Josette. That's my job. That's what I do.
Wait a minute. Wait. Now, Brother Royce, time out.
Yes, sir.
You just lost somebody. Now we didn't work. I done been to the job.
I went too far.
I've done all these things. And I say that part one more time. You say, what are we to do now?
Listen, marriage is about serving and sacrifice, brother. When I wake up in the morning, Philippians chapter 2 tells me that I need to treat one another more highly than yourself. Don't think of yourself more highly than other people. It talks about don't look at your own self-interest, but also the interests of others. When you apply that to the marriage, then I wake up in the morning with the mindset of today, I got to make sure I serve and sacrifice for my wife. And her job is to do the same thing. She wakes up and she got to think about serving and sacrificing for me. If I wake up in the morning, Kiotti, and I start thinking about how to serve and sacrifice for me, and Josette wakes up in the morning to think about how she can serve and sacrifice me, who's thinking about Josette? And vice versa. If she wakes up thinking about her, if I wake up thinking about her, who's thinking about me? It only works. It works great when we wake up trying to serve and think about one another. And that's what I get out of the context of from a marriage context when I look at scriptures like that tell me that in Philippians chapter 2, 3, and 5.
Right. Now, again, hey guys, if you're watching this on Facebook, we shout out to everybody on YouTube. It's our first time streaming live on these platforms. Share the video, man. We really appreciate that because, again, if we was on here talking about fight videos and people twerking and busting it open, boy, it'd be 1,000 people. But again, whenever you're talking about inspiring relationships and marriages and being sure that we build and uplift each other, that ain't the stuff people want to see. That ain't the stuff people want to share. You know what I'm saying? So again, we're going to do our part to be sure that we uplift these relationships and that we be sure you get the tools to fight. You know what I'm saying? One thing I would say that I've learned in being in my relationship with my wife, we've been together for 19 years now, and we got together young. And in that time that we spent, Brother Royce, I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Yeah.
There's still things that I'm learning to this day about how you're supposed to treat your wife and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people right now. I want to shout out my brother Levi. Pandemic, he was supposed to get married, and the pandemic has kind of pushed that to the side a little bit. So for all of my people who are engaged, all my fiancés out here, that's trying to put it together, man. I don't know who you talk to about your premarital coaching, but again, man, you know, Brother Royce is who I used, and man, it was so much freedom. I feel like it was so much knowledge and information that we got by sitting down talking to him, and now virtually you can do it from anywhere in the world, right? So one thing that I look at, Brother Royce, and I'm gonna say this just because I want to be sure that people understand, because you know, Brother Royce, I had a terrible experience as a young man. We had to go to a counseling session one time, and we talked to our counselor, whatever the case may be, about some family issues. And the counselor went back and told my business to my stepfather at that point, who was actually the one that was abusing me, you know what I'm saying? And got some things misconstrued. So for me, I've never trusted counseling or coaching, just because I felt like at a young age, I was done the wrong way. And a lot of times, just depending on who you go and seek your guidance or your coaching from, people have bad experiences. Yeah. And whenever we go into these sessions with our coaches, some people call them counselors, I call them coaches, life coaches, you know, we have to rely and feel like the stuff that we say, you hold close to your chest, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure you hear all kind of things. And one thing for us that we've learned in our community, now listen, I'm a Black man in America. I don't know how you grew up in your household, but in our household, it was always, what goes on in this house, we don't tell nobody stuff to go on. This house right here that we live in, I pay the bills. I make sure you got something to eat. I make sure you got a roof over your head. Don't you go out this house and tell nobody the business they go on inside this house. Now, I could be wrong, but if you grew up in a household like that, somebody just hit one emoji for me. Let me know that I'm not the only one that grew up in a household like that. I just want to be sure I'm not the only, because sometimes, Brother Royce, you be out here by yourself. I just want to be sure that I'm not the only one that grew up in a household like that. That's all I'm saying. So whenever we finally build up, okay. So when we finally build up the courage to come and talk to people like you, Brother Royce, we've already been programmed. Don't you tell them people that's what's going on inside this house. Yeah. And so now when I'm actually going somewhere to get the help, to get the communication skills that I need, now it's hard, Brother Royce, because again, I didn't come up in a home where I felt like by us talking and sharing the things that we needed to actually go get the help, now I'm disservicing myself, because now I'm at the place to get help, but now I'm putting on the show. What bothers you in your relationship?
Yeah. Nothing.
Oh, Brother Royce, I love her to death.
Yeah.
She does everything I need. So when you really want to go in there and say, I'm glad you asked that, bro. Let me disinfect.
I'm waiting on somebody to ask that question.
Let me disinfect, because this girl is dirty, brother. You really want to go in there and really talk and have that good, honest level of communication, and just we've been predisposed based on conversations we've had growing up, and for things we've had growing up. People we don't really. So, Brother Royce, how is it when people come and actually sit down and talk to you? I can only imagine you've heard some of the craziest stories, and I'm asking you now because right now this is gonna help somebody that's watching. Not even about the names. I just want to. The problems range from what to what. It goes from what extreme to what extent. Like just some of the things that people come to sit down and talk to you about, Brother Royce and Sister.
Man, wow, it ranges from A to Z. It ranges from people that have gone through molestation. Okay. And dealt with immoral type issues in their background. And then, of course, you have marriage abuse. You have domestic violence, where there's a husband who's abusive or a wife who's abusive. We've had both. We've had to be called out to houses and go to a house where there was domestic violence taking place. And so, they range from all that. And here's what I want to say. I'm glad that was a great question you asked, because we need to let people know, as my good friend, Brother Artist Wilson would say, Elder of Worship and Arts at Crossover, shout out to them. Artist would say, your situation is not making history. You're not making history with your situation. In other words, you're not the first person to have the problem that you have in. You're not. You're not. And so we think, I can't possibly tell anybody this because we think it's going to make the news. No, it ain't making the news. We got 50 other families that have the same issues you got.
Right.
But the reason why you have that type of concept over getting some help is, like you said, you go, especially in the Black community, what happens in this house stays in this house. Here's what I would tell you. I found out years later, my grandfather, he died when I was in the first grade. So I found out much of what I knew about him later in life. But just like my grandfather and just like some of y'all grandfather, the reason why they had kids on the north side, the south side, the west side, and the east side, big mama, granny, Nana, she couldn't tell nobody what was going on in the house. She couldn't tell nobody that he was staying away 3 or 4 days at a time, sleeping somewhere else. She couldn't say that. Why? Because they had that rule, what happens in this house stays in this house. Whenever you have that rule in your home, listen to me now. Whenever you have that rule in your home, somebody is suffering in silence. Somebody's going to suffer in silence because I can't tell nobody that you clowning me. I can't tell nobody that you're not taking care of me and you're not taking care of your kids. I can't tell nobody that you're putting hands on me and they ain't praying hands either. I can't tell nobody that because I'm supposed to keep it inside. And that's the culture that we've created in our home. And so now I suffer in silence. And so here's a good message for you who are single. If you're out there and you're single women, hear me well, because this is more an issue with single men. Single women, if you're dating a man right now that he's already showing you that, hey, listen, I don't listen to nobody. I'm my own man. I live life how I live life, and you just got to deal with me and me only. Then tell him, baby, you know what? We've had a great time and our time is up. Don't go no further with that guy. You don't want to be with somebody who can't sit down and be mentored by another man. Yes, I said it. A man who can mentor another man. If a man is not willing to listen to sound advice, to listen to sound wisdom, to listen to somebody who's over him, tell him, hey man, that ain't cool, and then he gets checked and he lives accordingly, then leave that dude alone. He's not ready. Why? Because that's what we do at the pro league. At the professional level, we still listen to somebody else's advice. We're still listening to people at the professional level.
Right.
Men, if you're single men, if you're dating a young lady and she can't be controlled or reeled in by another older, spiritually mature woman, leave her where she at. She's not ready yet. She's not ready. And it's okay that she's not ready. It's okay that he's not ready. Just don't tie yourself up in that kind of foolishness when somebody won't listen, because we all need help, Kiotti. We all do.
Right. So what I want to do, again, I want to ask, because a lot of time, we really don't know. For the people that are watching right now, man, if you have any questions, that you want to kind of run past Brother Royce while we're here, be sure you type them in the comments, so I can kind of get some of them up on the screens for you. Brother Royce, if there is any relationships, it's a lot of things that matter, right? It's not just one thing that matters. It's a lot that matters in relationships. Shout out to everybody that shared the video for me on Facebook or started a watch party or whatever, man. We appreciate you. In a relationship, for people who are involved or are getting involved, what is one important thing? And not that it's a first thing or last thing, but what's a big part of it? Would it be trust? Would it be communication? Would it be, because a lot of times in relationships, when you're starting, you're looking for, man, what is that thing I need to look for? You know what I'm saying? What is that thing that you think that, that one thing, just that every great relationship has one thing in common? Or what is that one thing that every great relationship has?
Okay, so the way I'm going to answer that question in 2 parts.
Well, outside of, I know you're going to say, of course, let me get my Brother Royce impression on. Now, first and foremost, Brother Russ F. Robinson, elder of Marriage and Family at Crossover Bible Fellowship. Being that I am under God, I'm going to say that God, who is the head of my life, first, I feel like every successful relationship should have God involved at one point or another, in the beginning or the end. God, so that's where I'm going to start first, Brother Brown. That's where I'm going to start first. Crossover Bible Fellowship, reaching people with the word of God, touching people. I got you, Brother Royce. I got you. All right, there you go. Now, what's the second thing?
The second thing is going to be communication, baby. You got to talk about everything. Communication is Kimberly Ross. She must have been reading my mind, or she's been listening to our shows before. Kimberly Ross is on top of it. Communication is really the key, guys. Communication. Why do we say that? Communication is like that centerpiece on the wheel. We've said this illustration before. Why? Because you got to talk about everything. You got to talk about money. You got to talk about children. You got to talk about kids. You got to talk about jobs. You got to talk about education. You got to talk about sex. You got to talk about everything. And so if you got to talk about everything, then that's going to be the key. Kiotti, can I go Bible just a little bit, just a tiny bit Bible? Can I
go ahead.
Just a little bit. All right. Why do we say communication is that important? Because if you go back to the beginning, if you go back to the very beginning, we got here, our marriages got in this situation starting from the lack of communication. It was the lack of communication. In the Bible, in the Bible, man, you ain't read. It's Genesis, man. Genesis, that's the first book.
In the first book of the Bible.
It's the very first one.
What they said in there, Brother Roy?
Man, listen. God speaks to Adam because Adam is the only man on, and he tells Adam, hey, man, take care of all this. Don't touch this over here. You can have some of this over here. He tells him. All right, so that was communication, vertical communication. Watch this now. Ooh, this is going to hurt. Vertical communication, all right, between God and man. That was vertical communication. Eve comes along, and Adam and Eve are doing what they're supposed to be doing, and Eve gets caught up in a conversation with the devil. But there's no horizontal conversation between Adam and Eve about what she shouldn't be doing over there talking with the devil. All right. And so because there's no horizontal conversation, then they start having issues. The first place that marriages start having issues in was in communication and the lack thereof. So if we're not talking, watch this, if we're not talking to one another, what we need to be sure of is that you know who is talking to one of us. He's talking to one of us, if not both of us. When we're not talking to each other, we're leaving room for the devil to talk to one of us, if not both of us. And that's what we can't have. That's why we got to always talk. That's why we can't just walk around the house not saying nothing for 3 or 4 days. Why? Because while we're not talking to one another, that means that you know how they have in cartoons, you got the little devil on this shoulder, shoulder. You're like, what you say? What you say? Yeah, I bet. Yeah. That's what's happening.
Okay.
So we gotta keep talking. We gotta communicate.
Devil right here.
Yeah, right over here. Right over here.
Popped up in my head.
On the left shoulder. I think they always put him on the left shoulder.
I was with you the long way. When you said that, it popped up right here on my dome. I see what was going on. Yeah. The thing, matter of fact, shout out everybody that's tuning in. We got some great questions, Brother Royce. Darnisha, how you doing today? Would you say that all marriages should have regular counseling / coaching, whether they feel they have a problem or not?
Okay. Great question, Darnisha. Thanks for tuning in and thanks for asking the question. Here's what I would say. I think it's okay for you to have what we call accountability couples and or an accountability community. Here's what that looks like. All right. So you've heard Brother Kiotti just talk about how I serve as the elder of marriage and family life. So we kind of Josette and I have an accountability community where a lot the other elders and their wives, we kind of always get together. We always talk. The wives, they kind of share their moments together. The husbands kind of share our moments, and we all just kind of keep one another sharp. We kind of check one another. So we have an accountability community that's kind of built in to who we are and what we do. Right. So a couple that's having a problem, maybe they need to get to some marriage coaching or some marriage counseling first on the front end. Mm-hmm. But after that, maybe it's just some maintenance work that can be done on a regular basis with some accountability couples, some people. And here's what that looks like, Kiotti. Accountability couple is that person where, if Roy stayed out to 3 a.m. and Joseph is asking me not to do that, Joseph picks up the phone without asking me a thing because it's a pre-approved accountability couple. Joseph picks up the phone and says, hey, Blake, I need you to get with your boy. He walked in at 3 a.m. Was he with you? He went with you? All right, you need to get with him. Blake gives me a call, and Blake chews me out, rips me a new one, however you want to word it. Right. I get home and I get my stuff together. When I get home, I don't hit Josette with all of that. Don't be telling him none of my business. Don't be calling me. I'm a grown man. Don't be calling him. I don't hit her with all of that. Why? Because we got it understood that whenever I'm tripping, whenever I'm out of line, she gets to pick up the phone and call that other person. Same thing with me. Hey, Sister Ro, man, it's been 3 weeks since we've been intimate, or it's been too long, man, and I need you to get with your girl. I didn't told her. We talked about this. Sister Ro picks up the phone, calls Sister Josette.
Right.
Hey, girl, what you doing? Get your stuff together. Take care of your man. Take care of your business. And then, boom, we ain't got no problem. So to answer the question, Denisha, should you go through marriage counseling on a regular basis just to keep it going, whether you got a problem or not? I don't think it's necessary. I just think you put people in your life that'll kind of help you. When you hit one of those valleys, then go in, get you a full service. After that, you come out, all you're doing is maintenance, oil change here and there, check the fluids, transmit and all of that.
Right. Great answer to that question. Shout out our YouTube family that's watching. We really live we on YouTube, we on Facebook, on the station, we on Facebook on my page as well. Today, Tota, bro, I'm sorry, I done messed the name up. Great question though. How to overcome trust issues.
How to overcome trust issues. And listen, I want to point out that person, Tota, I think they said they was viewing all the way from Holland.
Yeah.
From Holland. So, man, big shout out to you.
Yeah.
Trust issues, man, that's a delicate subject matter. It can't be taken lightly, because there's been some hurt, obviously. And we often explain to people that when there's been a hurt, you got to wash those wounds and you got to make sure that you take care of that person well. Kiotti, you get a cut, man. There are some things that Band-Aids can take care of. You get a little paper cut. You can some things you can just wash that off. You don't have to put nothing on it. Then if it's a Band-Aid, you got to put a Band-Aid on it. But if it's a deeper cut, depending on the level of the cut, will depend on the level of the care. Depending on the level of the cut will depend on the level of the care. So whatever is needed is what you do to handle the problem. So hey, forgetting Josette sends me to the grocery store and she trusted I'm gonna get everything, and I forget the tomato sauce.
Right.
Okay, that's small. So can she trust me to go to the grocery store next time and get what she's supposed to get? She might have a few issues, but I'm gonna prove her wrong because I'm gonna get everything next time. There's been some real hurt and some real trust issues. We got to dive deep down into that. That's going to take you washing that wound out. That's going to take you putting some stitches on that bad boy. That's going to take you putting some gauze on it, some wrapping on it, and then going back to check on it the next day, wash it out again, new gauze. Because when you don't do that, then you set up infection because all you did was said, I'm sorry, and you didn't come back and check on me the next day. Trust issues have to be handled very carefully, and sometimes you do need help to work through those kind of things. Most times you do.
Absolutely. Great answer, Brother Royce. Here we go. What if your spouse doesn't think counseling? I'm gonna say counseling. I think that's what counseling is needed, but you do.
Yeah, man. One of the worst situations in the world is for one person in a relationship to say, no, we don't need that. We don't need it. I don't need that. We've actually had people say, look, you can go and get you some help. I don't need no help. I don't need no help. You go get you some help. And I'm sitting up here thinking, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I thought when the two became one flesh, y'all was one. So if one got problems, both of y'all got problems.
True.
So if you happen to be that person who's looking at this today and you're saying to yourself, man, look, I ain't going to that. I don't have no problem. You're making it that much harder on your spouse. You're making it that much harder on your spouse. It's like this, Kiotti. Watch this. Watch this illustration.
Okay.
So the Bible tells us don't be unequally yoked. Don't be unequally yoked. All right. So I'm not trying to get theological on that real deep. But here's what I'll tell you. A yoke is that wooden thing that goes around the neck of two oxen that are walking together. Generally, 2 oxen, 2 mules, 2 animals that are like-minded, that are like animals that are walking together. That yoke goes on them. That yoke is designed for them to walk in tandem, for them to walk in unity. All right. When they no longer walk in unity, Kiotti, one of them says, hey, I'm tired, I'm hurt, I need a break, I need some assistance. and the other one decides, no, I'm still going, the yoke begins to tear into the neck of the weaker oxen.
Right. Right.
That's why you can't sit there and say, I don't need help, I'm not going to do that, when your spouse is saying, I'm hurting, I'm tired, I need a break, it's time for me to slow down, and you just dragging them, you're tearing into them, you're cutting them, and you're causing pain to them. How can you sit there in a relationship, marriage particularly, and say, we're not doing that because I don't need help. You might need help, but I don't. Well, if one needs to stop and take a break, then we stop and take a break. Let me know when you're ready.
Right.
Now we can continue to move. That's the way I would answer that question.
I think too, especially we're looking at the fact that we chose to do this. Nobody put a gun up to our head and said, hey man, you're gonna be with me or else. That's not really how that happened. It happened by us agreeing that mutually we want to be together. We want to be on the same page. And if, especially, and not to say that women don't want to go or that men don't want to go, but sometimes in relationships, the other person may not want to go. It's a lot of stuff that we don't do because we like it. You know what I'm saying? It may be certain things in my household that my wife just will not do. Not that I love doing it, but at the end of the day, because I love her, I'm gonna do it because that's something that we were both obligated. When I said, hey, for sickness, health, better, worse, you know, I'm here for you, and vice versa.
Yeah, man.
A lot of time in let's say in a fight breakout right now. Let's say we boxers and we in the ring fighting. It's somebody outside the ring that's telling the people inside the ring, hey, back up. Hey, he keep on throwing that right. Hey, he keep throwing it. Dodge the right, move the right, moves. The person in your corner is really in your corner. You're gonna like this one, Brother Royce.
Yeah, come on.
The person that's in the corner is really in your corner. A lot of time in life, whenever you're talking and that person outside is saying, hey, we need to go get help. Hey, we need to go do this. And you're not listening to the fight, you wonder why you keep catching overhand rights. They done told you, hey, I see something you don't see. So whenever they say something to you, remember this person is in your corner. This is not somebody that you don't know, you don't trust. This is your corner man. Y'all are fighting in this thing called life. And their job as the corner man is to not let you get hit.
That's it.
Sometimes if you start getting beat up too bad, I'm gonna throw it in and then I'm gonna go grab you.
Yes, sir.
The towel, let me go get him. Boom. Let's go get some help right now. No. You can't keep fighting like that. No, throw the towel. Let me go get him right. Oh, no. Why you threw the towel in? Bro, you was getting beat up. That's what was going on. So a lot of time in these relationships, you got to understand, hey, we are getting beat up. This is bigger than just something going on. We are getting beat up.
Yes, sir.
So what I'm seeing is, no. Come on, let's go get some help, man. You got to remember, man, both of you guys can be star players. Shout out to Rockets last night. Come on, baby. We got the first win, first game inside the bubble, right? But what happened at first was the coach had to call the right play to get them to the point to where, hey, let's even make it to the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
When you go and you speak to your life coach, your counselor again, baby, how do we get in? Y'all are two-star players. At the point that you can't communicate and call game-winning plays to help y'all win the game, it's at that point because, again, we're high-level professionals. LeBron don't look over every time, but if they getting beat and they down, he gonna look over at coach and say,
what play we running?
What play we running, coach? I don't know how they keep on stopping it, coach, but it's getting ugly out here, coach. You better call something different. You better say something different. You got to remember in life, man, if your person that's on the floor with you, that's in the middle of the game with you, that's fighting with you, is telling you, hey, man, hey, we in trouble.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I don't know what happened today. On regular days, we could whoop them. On regular days, we'll run them off the floor. But today is not that day. I don't know if they took something before the game. I don't know what's going on at your job that got you coming home mad and angry and upset. I don't know if you a nasty DM that got you walking around here sexually frustrated. I don't know if somebody said or did something on the way home. Somebody maybe road rage. Now you coming to the house and now it's bad energy and I don't know what's going on. So I'm talking to you and you angry. You don't want. Okay, let me get some help. Let me call a lifeline to help us get through whatever this situation may be, man. So for a lot of us, you've got to look at the person that's in the game, that's in the fight with you. You understand what I'm saying? Because they're not going to tell you nothing wrong, man. We chose to do this. Nobody made us do anything. I chose to be with you. I chose to say, hey, let's get married. Or, hey, we're married. Or, hey, let's, you know what I'm saying? So, again, I feel like it should be a certain level of respect that comes from when you hear somebody that you know is with you. They're not trying to tell you nothing crazy, man. So if them folks say, hey, baby, let's go sit down and talk to somebody. Hey, baby, let's go be sure that we get the right level of help that we need. Hey, baby, it feels like something is wrong. You know what I'm saying? At that point, well, man, let's see what's going on there, baby. I'm not telling you nothing or trying to do nothing that's going to jeopardize our relationship because we chose to be together. What do we need to do to go fix whatever this problem is? That's what it turns into. So, you know, for the person that's out there that says, man, I don't really want to go get counseling. That ain't what I do. In relationships, we look at certain signs, and you don't never want to be the person that's the janky promoter. You don't want to be the person that's trying to sell something that won't happen. And a lot of time, whenever you stop and you tell, no, we don't need no promote, baby, listen to me. That man don't know you like I know you. You can't go and let them people down there at that church tell you something that I ain't told you before. I'm telling you what, brother, apparently whatever you telling, it ain't work. You know what I'm saying? That map that y'all was on, you using the wrong map, brother. You still going to the corner store and buying the paper map when you could legitimately type that address in your GPS and get where you're going a little bit faster. But some of y'all gonna keep on going to that map because that's what your daddy used to do. Oh, mama used to get lost and pull over on the side of the road and take the map out. That's what mama did. That's what daddy did. And that's what they told me. And hey, let me tell y'all something, man. You better go ahead and update your system. It's 2020, not 1972. It's not 1985. It's not 2020. And there are better ways for you to get where you're trying to go. You understand what I'm saying? So again, man, for those out there that say, man, I don't need counseling. We ain't got to talk to nobody, this and that. That's cool if that's how you feel. But when you want to be successful, y'all got to think, I'm a public figure, right? Not being funny. Y'all listen to me on the radio every day. Y'all know how hard it is for me to go and sit down and talk to Brother Royce when we first met. And I'm like, so, hey, what's the problem? You know, boys, you know, brother boy, you know, life happened, brother boy. Yeah.
Hey, Kiotti, man, because some of these people ain't never seen us before. This is our first time on this platform. Okay. But let me tell y'all our first time meeting. The first time I met this brother, you know, I heard a few rumors about, you know, this Kiotti dude. My daughter, I don't know if I ever told you this. My daughter even came to church one day and she saw you. She's like, y'all got a celebrity at y'all church. I'm like, who? Hardbody Kiotti. I'm like, who? Key what? Man, Jesus is the superstar here. Ain't nobody.
If he didn't walk on water to get in this thing, he ain't did nothing we ain't never seen or heard before.
He might go somebody go So the first day y'all came in, man, for your session, Kiotti gets out of the car on the phone, coming into the church doors for the session, and he's on the phone. He pauses at the door. We got this little carport. He stands up on the door. Yo. This is Hardbody Kiotti, 97 the box. I want to give a shout out to my man. Da, 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 da. And then I'm like, what is this fool doing? If this nigga don't get off the phone. He's up here promoting and coming in for some premarital advice. Why you don't get off the phone? God,
he ain't know my heart yet, man. He ain't know. You know, I had to let folks know what I was doing. Mika, I was in that thing like, hey, y'all, check this out, man. Hey, God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. We are live right now inside of our coaching session. This is Brother Royce. He hard too, y'all. Listen to what I'm telling y'all, man. He gonna finesse and get you blessed. I'm saying all kind of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? But again, we understood, for me, it's always been about promoting marriages and promoting healthy relationships. That's what was important to me. And so I've always shown that. And I know, you know, at the end, Tamika talking about she can see this. Yeah, that was me. That was me, Tamika. I was out there bad.
That was him coming in the door. Coming in the door. He was just like that, Tamika. But here's what I began to see over time. And just so y'all know, we talked. I saw over time how serious he and his wife was back then, fiance, now wife. How serious they was about wanting to get it right, not being perfect, wanting to get it right, and wanting to be the best husband and wife that God had called them to be for one another. And then we had these conversations, Kiotti. This is actually a manifestation of prayers being answered, because we talked about this type of stuff in the sessions. Like, man, one day I see us, Brother Royce. I know you don't see it, Royce, man, but I see us being able to do this, man, and help people on a larger scale, on a larger level through social media platforms or whatever God gives us. And then lo and behold, this past Valentine's Day, God answered one of those prayers by giving us an opportunity to come up to the station. My wife and I, we shared live on 97.9 The Box, took some phone calls. What was supposed to be, 30 minutes turned into an hour and a half. And yeah, that was it, man. And so this is further manifestation of that. So thank you, man, for taking relationships seriously, taking marriage seriously. And I really appreciate it, brother. My hope is that we can help some folks. Help some folks. The goal is not for everybody to come see us, because we don't have all the answers, nor do we have all the time.
Right.
See everybody. But if we can help some folks who can help some folks, that's what it's really all about.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. Whenever I first sat,
what's up, Yolanda Richard?
Brother Royce, and we talked about relationships, and this just to give y'all insight. My wife will tell y'all I am the most manifest person in life. And I'm telling Brother Royce, I said, hey man, you know what? Man, we gotta turn this into a TV show, man. We should really be helping people. And Brother Royce is like, yeah, okay, whatever. Hey, brother, what is wrong with you? Why you keep talking to me about TV, brother? We in this office. And whenever he came up to the station, y'all, people were calling, and they were calling, and we heard this lady say, I think that's not a question. And keep in mind, I already knew Brother Royce was the truth. Y'all, I'm gonna share this what this lady told us on the radio, and this is a real story. I don't know if it's gonna help somebody. I hope it bless somebody's soul. Because I never forgot this, Brother Royce. When I start saying it, you're gonna be like, okay.
I think I already know where you're going. Go ahead.
Lady called up y'all and said, how y'all doing? Hey, Kiotti. I don't know what's going on. He say he love me, but I go by the house. He got other women over there, but he still let me walk his dog. He'll be like, go walk the dog for me, and I go walk the dog, and I drop the dog off, and there be other women in there. And I just get in the car and cry. And, he say, I say, but do I want to be together? And the man he just be so raw, but I love him, y'all. I just love him, brother. I love him. I can't leave him alone. And y'all, Brother Roy looked at me and said, I keep it real. I said, yeah, we on here. You might as well keep it real, Brother Royce. Y'all, he said, hey, ma'am, God give us signs for a reason now. And I said, wait a minute. I know my brother that is out here preaching healthy relationships. Has he actually told somebody that, no, man, this is not what the Spirit wants for you. This is not what God has planned for you. God has better for you. And until you end that, you cannot walk into the next chapter of your life to really get what God got for you, y'all. When this man told this lady that, I said, oh my God. He really came out here to help some folks, because a lot of people will stay trapped in a bad situation and feel like, oh man, I don't know, man, I know it said this and that. He said, no, those aren't the fruits of the Spirit. That's not kindness. That's not love. That's not bad. And it was real. And you know what happened at the end? She still stayed with the dude. She still did. But I knew at that point, I say, you know what? I say, man, Brother Royce, we really got to keep on doing these, because I feel like it's going to help some people. I feel like it's people right now that watch these shows, that sit on the couch, and in their mind, they're not thinking about, let me go get some help. Let me go and learn how to communicate with my wife. Yeah. You got to go get a license to do almost everything in life. You don't have to, you got to get a license to drive. You need a gun license to keep a pistol. You don't need a license to make a baby. You just need a little bit of time and somewhere quiet. You don't need a license to make somebody your boyfriend or girlfriend. You don't need a license to be a fiance. It's a lot of people living at home right now and being with the same person. Me and my wife didn't get married we were together 14 years before we got married. This is real talk, you know what I'm saying? So again, I understood that there was a greater calling for what we were trying to spread as far as positivity and healthy relationships, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it was for me. And I always saw this for me and Brother Royce. So even now for us to be at this point, and you got to think, we didn't start doing these until the pandemic. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that the pandemic was the reason this happened. I would never be dumb to say that. But what I will say is out of a negative, we took it and made it a positive, and we're able to actually help more people by using social media and using things where you can sit right on your couch and you can have these open, honest conversations with your husband, your wife, your fiance, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. We talk about protecting families. And again, Mondays, Wednesdays at 2:00 is normally whenever we go live. But for us, I wanted to be sure that we tried this new platform because for me, I was like, man, wait a minute. You mean to tell me we can go live on Facebook, we can go live on YouTube, and we could really, I was like, yo, man, this is kind of live.
Yeah.
This is our first time, Brother Royce. How you feeling, man?
Man, I was nervous at first, man. My palms were sweaty, and my feet were sweaty, and my armpits were sweaty. I was just sweaty. No, man, it's good, man. I enjoyed it. Whenever I talk with you, man, you're easy to talk to, man. I think God has allowed us to come together, man. And whenever you look in the Bible, Kiotti, Jesus normally sent his disciples out in twos. You normally see them out in twos. Every now and then you'll see one person, but you generally see them out in twos, man. And if this is what God has called us to do for this season, then so be it. And I pray that God will get all the glory and people will be edified from it and built up, man. But that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to help some folks, give some folks some good, positive, Bible-based information to try to help you have a better life and have a better experience. Nobody wants to be in a relationship, especially a marriage. Marriage is to death do us part. Nobody wants to be in that all, sad and mad for the rest of your life. That's nonsense, man. And so we want people to enjoy each other, enjoy their relationship. And then we want also singles. We want singles to make sure that they prepare properly, man. And I see Sharon with them R's, relax, recharge. And I missed that other R. That's
recharge, refresh.
Relax, recharge, refresh. She must go to church because that's some of them preacher terms. They use a lot of them R's and them P's and them S's. But appreciate you watching. But seriously, we want people to prepare properly for that, man, and get ready. And then, like you said about the caller, man, if you're in some foolishness and you haven't made no commitment, no vows to God and man and all of that, and no marriage license, you are in the best place and the best position right now to put that thing down and walk away and say, you know what? Enough is enough of this. And that's what that woman was. The woman we were talking about, the reason why I told her, hey, get on with all of that is because that wasn't her husband. He was this dude she was with. He was a truck driver. When he go out of town, hey, keep my dog for me. And she keep the dog. He come back in town, don't let her know he back. And he got a woman at the house. She drive by and say, that was for me. Man, cut all of that. Be done with all of that. And so that's why, thanks, Joseph. Thanks, love. That's why we kind of just have these conversations, man. We want people to have a better experience.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited, man. This is nice. So I'm laughing because y'all listen, man. We had a layout, everything didn't work out that way. But I said, you know what, Brother Royce, let's go and jump in here and let's test the waters real quick. Let's make sure everything works. So I think it worked great, man. Thank you everybody that stopped on YouTube and on Facebook and watched. We'll have time to promote for next week. So next week, I think it's gonna get what we need for it to get. It's Women Crush Wednesday, Brother Royce. I need some homework. We need to do something because again, we need to show that we trying to plant seeds of positivity. So here go the question. Do we give the ladies the homework? And ladies, I'm listening to y'all too. Y'all can type your comment. Or do we give men the homework and ask men to do some homework? Because it's Women Crush Wednesday. So I think, it could go either way, Brother Royce. I think,
I'm gonna put the weight on the brothers. I'm gonna put the weight on the brothers' shoulder. Okay. And since we on social media platforms, this is our first time on this deal. Do we have a hashtag yet, Kiotti? Do we have a hashtag that we use to follow us? We got to get one of those so folks can know, hashtag us so we can always keep track of that. Because what I was going to say was all the brothers who are watching, now some of y'all gonna be scared to do this assignment because y'all got some other stuff happening out there. But all the brothers watching the assignment, man, your homework assignment is to go out on social media and post something to your woman, your significant other. Post something to a nice, it could be an old school picture of y'all, and you want to put a little deal under that. Post something like that. This is real simple. This is what we call low hanging fruit, brothers. This is what we call low hanging fruit. Now you can post an old school picture of y'all or something like that, something nice and cute, and maybe your old school might be 3 months ago because y'all just met. Then that's your old school. Go get your 3-month-old picture.
True.
And post it on social media. Now, ladies, if he don't post a picture of you, it might be because he couldn't decide which one of y'all he should post. That might be a good tip for some of y'all. Some of y'all gonna be watching now with my picture, with my post. But that's the homework assignment, Kiotti. What you think? You like that? You like that, Kiotti? My man got to post publicly.
I do like that. I'm gonna see your homework.
Okay.
And I'm gonna add to it because we want to make the deal sweet on both sides, right?
Come on.
Now, ladies, after your man posts you, right? After he posts you, now Sister Joe said, I got it. Here we go. After he posts you, then tonight, I need to make sure that you show him your appreciation for posting. Now, whether that's a nice text, maybe.
Who are you talking to? Which one? Whoa, Kiotti. Which women are you talking to? Which women?
We talking about the you said for the man to post his woman, his wife, his fiance, whatever.
Yeah, but how the woman? What if she's single? I mean, what if they're not married? How's she gonna show?
This is for the couples, Brother Royce.
Oh, this is for the married couples. Okay. And I thought you was gonna get me fired.
No, man, this is for the couples. You talking about the couples?
Okay, all right. Keep going.
Now listen. We talking about the couples, guys. The single people, we'll get to y'all next. Listen. Because they got to be together. Like, you ain't just posting. Ain't no single people posting random people. We said people in relationships. That's what we're talking about. Now, listen. If he does it right, I need y'all to make sure that he has a nice night tonight. Now, use your imagination. You know your husband. You know your fiance, whatever. I don't know. That could be you cooking nachos and add extra guacamole. Listen. Or it could be, it could be WAP. It could be wings and pizza. Listen, whatever. It could be worship. Listen. You know who you with. It ain't got to necessarily be, we don't have to be extreme. As long as they understand that you appreciate what they did for you. See, because what that does is that generates an environment of, hey, you know what? I'm appreciated. In a lot of relationships, it's a lack of appreciation. You do something and remember, they may not react or respond. So we're going to take all the guesswork out.
Yeah.
If he represents and he holds you down with a very nice post and, hey, y'all, I just want to let y'all know this is my wife. This is my woman. This is my, yeah. You know what I'm saying? When they coming like that, at that point, that's when we go and say, okay, cool. I see that. Baby, let me rub your feet tonight. Would you like a massage? Hey, can I cook for you tonight? Like, again, remember, y'all, we way deeper than sex. It's the things that you do that get it to that point. You know what I'm saying? You got to plant the seed. You got to invest in the bank. So I'm not saying a post is it now. It might be a meme. If it's a meme post, listen. He might say that thing you've been waiting for him to say on social media.
Come on.
He might listen. This is my queen. You can't disrespect. I'm gonna protect. I'm gonna be shy. Boom. He might say something that just wow. If he wows you, wow him back. Okay. Listen.
That's a good way of putting that.
Yeah, you know, if he
like that. Yeah. If he wows you, wow him back.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it might be.
Good deal. Amen. Amen. Wow. Man, I want to shout out to all of the folks who called me on the Facebook page before y'all leave. Wesley Holgate, Winford Adams, Gwendolyn Nesbitt, Deborah Burris, Bourgeois, Allen, Aline Norman. That's all the ones I can see from here. But thank y'all for tuning in. Come back and see us. We're going to be on this platform going forward. So we've been doing this since what? April, May. We've been doing this on Instagram.
Yeah.
We've been doing this a minute. So if y'all just seeing us for the first time on Facebook, we actually been on the Instagram side since about April or May, and we're gonna try to make sure we use this platform so we can reach more people. Share it with your friends, let people know that we're out here and we're just trying to help some folks. And now, Kiotti, I think we're working our way into being able to maybe have some guests that'll come on with us in the future. We're still working that out, guys, but that's what we're trying to do. Yeah, absolutely.
I think that, you know, let us work. We're working. Do y'all see? Listen, for everybody that watched on Instagram, do you see our production level has went up? Y'all see the way the names pop up on the bottom of the screen, and now we right next to each other. The words not covering Brother Royce up. I know he covered in the word, but not y'all words. That ain't what we was trying to cover my brother with. You hear me? So again, we just want to be sure that we come together and do something that's nice and that's right. So this is our first time doing it on Facebook. We will see you guys Monday to follow up on your homework. We'll come up with a homework hashtag.
Homework?
Homework hashtag.
Homework hashtag. Might be something to that. Like that. Hey guys, I'm Royce F. Robinson, Elder Marriage and Family Life at Crossover Bible Fellowship. Shout out to Pastor Blake Wilson. If you are somebody you know is looking for premarital guidance or marriage guidance, you can hit us up at married@crossoverbf.com. Married, MARRIED at crossoverbf.com. And you can follow us on Royce F. Robinson Instagram, Royce F. Robinson Twitter, Royce F. Robinson Facebook. And we love to try to help you out and get to you when we can, and try to, just try to make sure we tighten you up a little bit if we can.
Hey, guys, remember, man, share the video. That share the video is love. We ain't charging nobody a dime, man. Hey, that sharing the video is like, I had a great time watching these brothers talk about relationships and love. I appreciate y'all. And again, if you would like to reach out and get with Brother Royce and Sister Josette, the email is right there on the screen, married@crossoverbf.com. Yeah, we done stepped our production level up. I ain't mad at
that. Yeah, I like that. I ain't mad at that. That's cool.
Yeah, okay. Hey, man, love y'all. Appreciate y'all for watching. If you watch this show with your husband or wife, give them a kiss right now. Let them know you love them. I gotta go. Yeah. Baby.
Josette.
Hey, Brother Royce.
Hey, does Josette got to come kiss me now?
Yeah.
Josette got to come. You got to tell me. I said she might not. She might.
Don't you disobey the spirit.
Great job, guys.
No.
Call me in anytime you need me.
We just called you because
Shamika, wait a minute. Where you going, Shamika?
Come on, please.
We gotta close out the show.
You gotta close the show. This is the new way on Facebook. On Facebook, they want to see your face.
She coming in the door right now, Shamika. She coming in the door right now. Right now.
Josette, you see you gotta leave out. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Come on, same time. Come on. 1, 2. All right, there
we go. Look at the.
You got it.
That's the new way of closing out the show.
You got to close out the show like that. Oh, listen. Now our wives can actually be on the show. They can sit there. It's because now we can really. Okay.
I like that.
Okay. I'm down with that. Okay. Let me go and see what this model wants to eat for lunch. Women Crush Wednesday.
I count the
brother Levi. Hey, it's love. Shout out to my brother Levi, man. A super good dude. Love how he love on his woman too. I seen him. I never met her yet. We're supposed to set up a day to meet his fiance. He lives in Austin, and the quarantine, the COVID, whatever. But we definitely gonna work on finally putting that meeting together, and just to be sure that we surround them and let them know we love them, and we want them to know that, hey man, we pulling for y'all too. We out here fighting for real life relationships, and man, that's what we trying to do. Just be sure you guys know, how important it is that you guys are surrounded by other people that want you to be successful. So, man, it's definitely going down. We appreciate everybody. And we'll see you guys on Monday. Let me do my homework now. I know some of y'all going to go at Hardbody, Kiotti, Kiotti. I'm going to put it on all my platforms. Yeah. All of them. Y'all don't got to do that. Y'all just put it on one. But listen, I'm trying to wow. You know what I'm saying?
Do your thing. Do your thing, Mac Daddy. Do your thing.
So, hey, Brother Royce, love. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Sister Joe said, always good to see you. It's going down, y'all. Peace.
All right, man.